Good afternoon, everybody. PC Outcast here, back with more of Ambition, Minuet, and Power. And I'm not sure how much... Oh, we don't actually have any gossip. Interesting. We got no gossip there. We got in super well with Ludovico Sadati. I think our relationship with the Honor Rod improved slightly, although we did take one hit when we had to turn her down for our meeting. We're going to meet up with Alex in 2 days. Hang on. So this, I can't remember what this is. Military. That would make sense since he's in the military. Okay, we can wear our provincial outfit with him. He'll love it. Oof, that's taking a bit of a beating. We have no money to do any of that sort of thing. So I guess we're looking at what is out there for us. We've got possible loss of money, credibility, and gaining peril. That sounds terrible. Okay. Credibility. Lots of peril. Some money. We can also possibly get a bodyguard. There's some military gossip and bourgeoisie gossip. And then, of course, we can also go and meet up with Ludovico there. And we can do this. Now that our peril is down, maybe we should do this. Quite a bit of peril. But we also need gossip to sell. I assume we would have made quite a... I don't remember how much Pierre was offering, but we could have sold the revolution, the shocking revolution gossip for quite a bit of money, I guess. Cheap. I don't know what... I can't remember what the values are. I know cheap is 30 if it's fresh. I think we should risk this. Hang on. Let me take a look at our thing. Okay, so we have a day in between since we turned down Honor Rod. We also turned down that. So we've got this, then we have this, and then of course we have the real good times. We're going to destroy Marcel. I'm sure that's going to go just great. Let's check this out. Tugging on the edges of your hood to make sure your face is hidden from view, you glance down again at the hastily scribbled address Pierre gave you in his office. In addition to your regular traveling clothes, you have a small bag hanging off your shoulder and a portable lantern with a flint. You waited for sunset before you headed out, as it feels like these sorts of things are better done under the cover of darkness. However, everything still feels too bright. Every hanging lantern, every candle-lit window feels like an eye staring down at you. Winding your way through the streets of the 7th arrondissement, you can't help but think about how out of the way this place would have been for Armand. Yet Pierre said that he was still a regular visitor. Despite yourself, you find your heart beating faster and faster as you get closer to the abandoned studio. Rounding a corner, you find yourself on an empty street, looking across the road at the studio. The windows of the small 2-story building have been boarded up, and there's a charred hole in the roof. Sign nailed to the door reads "Closed on orders of the king." Glancing around, you don't see anyone at all, as if the king's notice somehow closed the entire street. Rather than stand around in the middle of a dark street, you hike up your skirts and hurry across the road to the studio. You immediately notice that the door has been nailed shut. Check the windows for loose boards? Sure. Putting down your unlit lantern, you start checking the boards in the window, seeing if any of them are loose. On the third window, you find one set of boards easily gives way, like it's been pulled out before. Someone else has been here. Gingerly, you take down each of the boards, leaving them in a neat pile by the window to be put back later. Secrets are easier to uncover when nobody knows that you're looking at all. You carefully ease yourself through the window, making sure none of your clothes get caught on any exposed nails or skin. Once inside, you close your eyes for a few moments so they'll adjust to the darkness faster. Inside the studio is even darker than you would have guessed. Between the boards and the windows and the lack of lighting on the surrounding street, it's nearly impossible to pick out any detail smaller than the walls and doors. You carefully use a flint stowed in the base of your lantern to light it, then muffle most of the light with the hem of your cloak. Now that you have a little more light, you can see that most of the furniture inside is broken, and enough things are missing to make you wonder how much the Guet Royal seized during their raid. It's also only a matter of time before someone spots you and comes to investigate. Your time is limited. Where do you plan to search for clues? Examine the upstairs. The stairs creak underneath your feet as you make your way to the second floor. The long table and scattered cutlery suggest that it was used as a dining area. A small fireplace occupies one side of the room, with a wide swath of ash spilling out of the fireplace and onto the floor. Above the fireplace itself, a painting hangs on the mantel. You scan the second floor, deciding what to investigate. Aye. Small amount, small amount. Let's investigate the painting. Stepping over the ash in front of the fireplace, you gingerly take the painting off its hook and examine it closely. It's not as carefully detailed as some of the others in the building, but there's a certain joyful energy to it. Whoever painted this genuinely enjoyed making it. It's a dining scene, done in a reflected perspective intended to make the actual room feel larger than it really is. All the men and women in the picture are laughing, clinking glasses, and looking merry, even Armand. Armand is actually in the painting. Armand's smiling face is looking back at you from the picture, a glass raised in mid-toast and a quill in his free hand. On one side of him is a man you remember from your last night together with Armand. The man is named Isaac. On the other side of him is a young woman who you've never seen before. Her hand is on his shoulder. You turn the painting back and forth, looking for more details, until you hear something metallic shift. Flipping the painting over, you find a note tucked into the frame on the back of the painting, along with a key. You don't recognize the handwriting, but decide against taking the time to read the note now while illegally trespassing in a condemned building. You carefully fold the note around the key and secret it under your stays. You'll be able to investigate it later. Stranger and Stranger is now available for you to investigate. You can't help but grin with satisfaction. This is the lead you were looking for. Quickly and quietly, you skulk it to the window and you entered the building through. Peering through the window, it seems like the coast is clear now. You lever yourself out the window and into the street. Outside, you fastidiously put the boards back where you found them on the window. Your ears perk up at the sound of approaching footsteps, and you spot the reflection of lantern light off of nearby buildings. The Guet Royal are on their way, but as long as you keep moving, you should be gone before they arrive. Without even a look back, you disappear into the dark alley you initially approached the studio from. With a precise lead to your possession, and the authorities none the wiser, you vanish into the night. Well, that went well. Surprisingly well. Almost too well. I mean, our peril sure didn't go up much. Okay, we can rest up before we meet with Alex. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just rest at home. Stranger and Stranger. I don't want to keep taking hits to my credibility. Well, we've almost been at this for a full month, I think. Yes, now let's put on our provincial outfit and go meet our boy. After spending the first half of the day getting ready, you head out for your rendezvous. You're neither well rested nor exhausted. Nothing is holding you back from being your most engaging self. How do I become well rested? Do I need to stay at home 2 days? Like when I have no exhaustion? Interesting. This is your first time to the idyllic Goguet Paradis, which is already packed with enthusiastic patrons clapping in time with the band's music, drinking great gulps of wine and dancing. It's really nice.
Oh-ho!
Alex arrives exactly on time and greets you with a precise bow and a broad smile. Bon après-midi, Yvette. I have no idea how to pronounce that. It is great to see you, he says, not even taking a second to glance at your clothes. Aw, really? I wore these just for you. You are once again reminded that military men seem to have little interest in fashion. You've gained a decent amount of favor. He glances away from you, taking in your location. Free-flowing drink, a raucous fun, and excellent dancing. This is going to be a great day. The two of you don't even get a table. Instead, Alex orders a bottle of wine for each of you, and you both spend the entire day dancing together. By the end of the evening, your legs hurt from dancing and your throat hurts from singing, and it doesn't matter. You're both too happy to care. A few hours later, you realize that it's starting to get late and the two of you depart together. Looking at Alex, you feel like today went quite well. Okay. An entire day spent drinking and dancing. Oh, and singing. The price of food has been steadily rising for the last few months as many farmers lost nearly their entire harvests in last summer's unseasonable hailstorms. This was followed by a drought and then one of the most brutal winters in nearly a century. There are reports of starving people in the countryside boiling bark to make gruel. Desperate commoners are abandoning their homes and fleeing to the cities for relief. The people are hungry. Members of the nobility like the Duc d'Orléans have raised money to feed the poor, but the problem is simply too vast for any individual act of charity to solve. Finance Minister Necker has spent over 50 million livres importing grain from the rest of Europe, but the famine persists. People are hungry and angry. Rumors circulate about wealthy aristocrats with secret stores of grain, purposefully extending the famine in order to lower wages and improve their political power. Workers are demanding higher wages from their bourgeois employers who remain intransigent. The people are hungry, angry, and they want to do something about it soon. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, now we have some exhaustion, so we should stay at home. But if we don't get any good information here, we can get some crown gossip. You will receive crown gossip at this party. I assume we're gonna have to use at least one of our turns to deal with Marcel. I'm kind of thinking it's going to take a little bit of a hit to credibility, but I'm kind of thinking we should try to do something where we can get some other gossip. We can sell that on Sunday so we actually have enough money to pay our bills. That would be quite something, wouldn't it? I mean, we could do something here and then just sell the crown gossip, and then we've got another engagement here. Military gossip. What's this? Okay. Is that revolution? Yes. Okay. We don't have money to buy any new outfits or anything. We can wear that. Yeah, I guess we're gonna probably wear that. The novelty's not great, but we'll wear that there. You know what? Let's just rest. Be as rested as possible. It's not great, but it's time for our revenge. This is on the 30th of April. Yeah, sure. Credibility went up some more. That's there. We have 2 days in between, that's fine. Okay, wear our conservative outfit and go to the party. You spend some time waiting in the long line outside. It appears that Marcel has invited all of the great and the good of Paris, the ones that meet her particular standards, at least. Your heart starts to race when you think about all the people in this line that may have witnessed your humiliation at that fateful party all those nights ago. You inhale deeply through your nose in an effort to calm yourself and realize that this mask still faintly smells like Armand. You check a tiny mirror you keep in the carriage to see if you're wearing that you are wearing your conservative gown to a party being held by the crown. The guests approve of your outfit and your credibility is increased. Oh yeah, look at that, nice. You're neither well rested nor exhausted, okay. Still agitated by the guests around you, you listen carefully to their conversations for any sign that they might recognize you. While doing so, you manage to pick up an interesting rumor. You make a mental note of it just in case. Cheap crown gossip. You slowly regain your composure when you note a lack of second glances in your direction. It appears that this mask has really done the trick in terms of concealing your identity. Inside, you see the same doorman as before, who seems to be enjoying the opportunity to boss around anyone trying to enter the party. Invitation, madame? He asks expectantly. So I'm gonna pretend to be Gazelle or to be Gazelle's date. I'm a brunette and she's blonde, so we're gonna say this. Ah, I didn't realize Madame Gazelle was bringing one of her friends with her. You can't help but smile slightly at the way the doorman so innocently refers to you as Madame Gazelle's friend. He steps aside and bows deeply to you. You may enter, madame. Please take this gift with my compliments to Marcel. He quickly takes the gift from you and hands it off to another servant. As you enter the party, you can hear the whispers of other guests noting your generosity. They don't know that you had Camille pour the original bottle out and fill it back up with the worst wine she could find, but that's for Marcel to find out later. Beautiful. Credibility up, peril down. Your vengeance is nigh! Oh, we have 4 turns? Wow. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Could get shocking revolution gossip or shocking crown gossip. Dishonest pretexts. You find yourself speaking again with Michael Pelletier, whatever, the chemistry student. He seems to be quite taken with a woman in front of him, but something about her motive seems more unsavory than most. Okay, quite a bit of peril there. Lost coin. Could try to get money dishonestly. This one has fairly low peril. Possibly losing some favor with Elizabeth. You guys in this room seem absolutely paralyzed with the weight of the rumors that they bear within their hearts, but neither of them are willing to speak for fear of discovery. Perhaps if you were to get one of them alone, things would be different. So, cheap crown gossip, shocking crown gossip, outrageous crown gossip, church gossip, all the same ones. That's that one. Favor with Elizabeth. Let's do this one. You come across 2 people speaking in low voices with each other. Their entire persons give off an aura of both nervousness and excitement. It practically reeks of secrets, and it draws you in like a moth to a flame. I would, of course, tell you more about what I know about the church, but the risk of being discovered is too great. I'm of the same mind regarding my news from within the crown. What if my indiscretions were to become known? The damage to my reputation with them would be swift and severe. Of course, he's British. The man replies with an intense seriousness. I suppose that means neither of us can disclose what we've earned. Overheard. Yes, and learned. Silence between them is so tense that it feels like they're absolutely bursting with the desire to spill everything they know. You've seen less tension between young men and women who've just realized that they like each other. Nice. Perhaps for the sake of discretion, we should apart for the moment. What would I like to know? Amateurish sleuthing is beyond me. No, that's fine. Let's get some information. The woman who claims to know something of that church would be yes, Paul. You follow the lady, leaving behind her male companions, and you catch up with her in a different room so as not to arouse too much suspicion. Bonjour, madame. I don't think I've seen you before. Do you come to such events often? It barely takes any prodding on your part to get him to talk. Okay. Sure. Cheap gossip. Of course, obtaining secrets from someone who's terrible at keeping them essentially means that you're being discovered is all but inevitable. Oh. A little bit of favor with Ludovico went down. That's too bad. Once you've obtained the gossip from them, it's like a floodgate has been opened. You find them to be surprisingly entertaining. The conversation that follows is quite amusing, if a touch difficult to keep up with. Oh, that's interesting. So we only got cheap gossip. We didn't get anything else. We didn't even have an option to get anything else. Eventually, they are pulled away so they can be introduced to another guest. Perhaps it's time to see what else you can accomplish while you're here. Indeed. Okay, lost coin again. Small wager. Credibility. And favor with Elizabeth. And... ooh, there's a lot of peril there. Catch sight of the strange doppelganger that you spotted before. The time has come to put an end to this loathsome charade. Okay, I could potentially make money, again get shocking crown gossip. I could lose a lot of credibility and gain a lot of peril. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to do that one. Although, the amount of, Carol, you know what? Try this. Feeling the need to take a quick break, you step away from the crowds and take a moment to just breathe. While you're composing yourself, a chambermaid approaches you. She's holding a small, unmarked pouch of coins. Pardonnez-moi, madame, I found this wallet while I was tidying up. I took it to my employer, but they don't recognize it. I've been told not to rest until the owner is found. Do you know who this might belong to? Otherwise... I can only assume that half of it is mine and the other half is yours. This requires an easy credibility challenge. Mon Dieu, I am so glad that you found my wallet. Thank you so much.
Huh.
Oh, the wallet is yours.
Huh.
Oh, well, I'm glad I found you. She mumbles, obviously disappointed. She hands you the wallet and curtsies politely. You make a great show of thumbing through this mysterious wallet to make sure everything is there. You've gained 57 livres. Before the chambermaid can ask you any more questions, you excuse yourself and leave to investigate the rest of the party. Wow, that came off well. In the vestibule, you hear some strange noises emanating from a coat closet. What could that possibly be? There's my imposter. This is so cool that we have 4 turns now. Cheap brown gossip. I'd like to get some like really good quality gossip though. Should we risk it for the biscuit? You freeze in your tracks when you spot her. Ever since your last encounter, you've been looking for her. This is the woman who's been imitating you, and even had the audacity to try taking out a vast loan in your name. Now you've spotted her talking to another party guest, but she hasn't noticed you yet. Sneak up on her, take her aside quietly, approach her directly. We're gonna be bold as brass.
Mm-hmm.
It's so lovely to finally meet you, Madame Deco. Or is this him? Does this game? Oh, yeah, that's him. It is lovely to finally meet you, Madame Deco, says the guest speaking with the imposter. Now that you're closer to your double, you have to admit that her resemblance to you is uncanny. Well, I have to admit that I've been extremely busy since I arrived in Paris, so many people have offered me their help, and it's been wonderful to take them up on all their generosity. You clear your throat politely and step into the circle of conversation. Who are you? How are there? Oh, what is going on? You say nothing. Instead, you merely sip your wine and look at your imposter patiently. Let her make the first move. Perhaps I should leave this discussion to the two of you, the party guest says, already slinking away from you both. With that, he skulks away, leaving you with your double. The imposter looks you up and down, but doesn't even seem perturbed by your presence, or at least she's doing a great job of hiding it. I don't suppose it's too late to say you have the wrong woman. Ooh. Let's cut to the quick. Yes, it would be a little bit too late, perhaps, for that kind of thing.
Huh.
Well, then at least let me explain myself, she replies calmly. You're an incredibly lucky woman. People are ruined by Parisian high society every day, but you happen to be ruined in a way that actually gave you opportunities. I realized one day how much I looked like you and thought, she was given a second chance, why don't I deserve one too? Of course, the first thing she did with the second chance was to try and take out a mountain of loans in your name, but she seems to be willing to gloss over that important detail. I managed to collect some money from sympathetic doubles, and I've heard an interesting secret, but those bank loans never came through for some reason. So what exactly do you want from me? Medium credibility challenge. I want it all, man. Let's not be overly greedy. I'm a little bit skittish about the credibility challenges. I want money. No, actually our money's okay. Information might be more useful. Information. Give me everything you've learned by pretending to be me. I see. Well, fine. Madame Deco, here's what I've learned from pretending to be you. She then proceeds to explain a rumor that could be valuable indeed. You've gained a piece of shocking crown gossip. See now, this could be sold, or we could use it to strengthen the crown. Rather than just money, which, you know. I guess I should be on my way then, she says, looking you up and down. It wouldn't do for the two of us to be seen together. She leaves, and you're quite a bit richer for it. There's also the true benefit, which is that she's no longer sneaking about Paris, sullying your good name. With her gone, you look around the party to see if there's anything else you can get done before things wrap up. Oh, there's literally only one thing we can do. And that is destroy Marcel. Ooh, lots of peril. Good thing we didn't pick a bunch up. We can get money too. Oh, we can probably get Marcel to pay us off. Prepare yourself, for your vengeance is close at hand. Now is the time to let slip your mask and to tear off Marcel's as well. All of your plans, your investigations, and your illicit dealings have led you to this point. I think we can gain credibility. We could also gain peril. It says negative, but gain. We could gain favor with Elizabeth. We can gain money. Man, there's all kinds of stuff. You time your movements perfectly, walking in just as all the other guests filter out and into the rest of the party itself. You and Marcel are alone. Close the door, ensuring that the two of you will have the privacy that you require. At the sound of the door closing, Marcel turns to look at you. Judging from her unsteadiness, she's had a little too much to drink. She squints curiously at you, obviously trying to figure out who you are under your mask.
Huh.
Do I know you? She asks, taking another sip of her wine. Happy birthday, Marcel! Take off your mask and let it languidly slip from your hand as it falls to the floor. You! Give me one reason I shouldn't have you thrown out right now. Marcel, I'm here to find a good friend of mine. Have you seen Gretchen Devasser? At the mention of that name, Marcel's voice tightens like a vice. How dare you speak his name? That merchant was very good to my family. Yes, the Defoe lineage has had some difficult financial times, but he helped restore us to our rightful place. We are well known and we are respected. Never forget that the word of a nobleman like myself is worth far more than simple accusations from some abandoned commoner. All you have is words and impotent anger. That's funny. I was going to say this exact same thing about you. At that statement, Marcel's face screws up in disgust, but still she looks at your evidence. She reads every filthy secret you've painstakingly gathered for days. With every page flip, her trepidation and her fear turns into anger, into rage. What do you want from me? She asks through gritted teeth. I can get her to just pay me to go away. I'm here to drag the skeletons from your wretched closet into the light. To break you.
Huh.
To break me? To break me? That's the most laughably stupid thing I've ever heard. Marcel spits, her voice dripping with undisguised venom. She takes a long, messy drink from her wine glass, finishing it. She advances on you so quickly that you find yourself backed up against the double doors. You can smell the wine on her breath, and every word she speaks is punctuated by the yelps and growls of her tiny dog. I don't just come from one great name, I come from two. My father, Gretchen Devasser, was a brilliant man of business who gave his family its wealth. The original Viscount Defoe, well, he gave us a title. For years, my family loaned that broke, drunk Viscount the money he needed to fund his pathetic little debauches and asked for nothing in return. When that wastrel died in a gutter somewhere, my father was the only person who knew he even existed. It was only right to take his title. Marcel's nostrils flare as her anger builds, rising to a fever pitch. This is all starting to feel like a mistake. Until you feel your ankle brush up against the latch at the bottom of the door, until you hear the crowded room full of party guests in the room on the other side. Her eyes close as she angrily lectures you. Only two things matter in this world, money and reputation. I have both. It doesn't matter what evidence you put down. I can make the truth whatever I want it to be, and all of these people out there will lap it up just to be on my good side. Why, you ask? Let me spell this out for you. She coils up like a snake, preparing to scream. Open the door. With a quick flick of your foot on the floor latch, the door opens behind you and you spill into the other room, drawing the attention of a confused, silent crowd. All eyes focus on you just in time to hear Marcel's shriek. I am Marcel Devasser. I am Marcel Defoe. I have everything, and you have nothing. The already quiet room falls deathly silent. Slowly, murmurs of confusion build. 100 confused voices build on each other until they form a dull roar. People press forward to question Marcel and obscure her from your view. You find yourself being lifted to your feet. Suddenly, you're face to face with the same guest who helped you up. What is going on? What is Viscountess Marcel talking about? Ooh. Ooh. Go to Cimetière du Calvaire and you can ask the real Viscount Dufour. The Cimetière du Calvaire? Why would a nobleman be buried in such a tiny... The masked guest trails off mid-sentence as she and her friend seem to answer the question for themselves at the same time. The answer seems to dawn on them both. 1,000 strange little details, each ignored individually, suddenly coalescing into an undeniable picture, a picture that reveals a terrible truth. Wait a moment. You're Yvette Decaux, aren't you? One of the women suddenly asks. Yeah. Why, yes, I'm she. I knew you seemed familiar, the woman exclaims excitedly. Other guests start to turn in her direction to listen. Now it makes sense why Marcel would go to such great lengths to slander you. She tried to drive you away because you were so close to the truth. You've gained a staggering amount of credibility and lost a staggering amount of peril. Wow, that is really, really nice. The order of events here is a little backwards, but you'll take it. Madame, you have done the crown a great service by exposing this impostor. You are in our debt. You've gained a staggering amount of favor with Elizabeth. As for Marcel, they both say in unison, Marcel is ruined. The next few moments are a chaotic blur as you're led through Marcel's estate by the crowd. Cheers go up wherever you're seen and toasts are made. Someone even throws you a rose. You get the feeling as if a spell has been broken. How many of these people were Marcel's friend but a moment ago? Did they always secretly hate her, or did their opinions really change this quickly? Marcel is a monster and got what she deserved, but justice is what they actually care. Is justice what they actually care about? How quickly would these people, so swept up in celebration, be willing to turn on you someday? Oh, only too quickly, I'm sure. It's a disquieting thought, and one that almost ruins your good spirits. Almost. You drink deep from the chalice of victory that night. You also drink deep from several actual chalices as you're led to your carriage. Your revenge is complete. Your victory is absolute. You are the talk of the town. Oops, I skipped. Ah, damn it. I skipped something. The mysterious country woman who broke a viscountess. That's too bad. Skipped a little bit. Cheap crown gossip. Cheap church gossip. Shocking crown gossip. Loads of credibility. Fairly good amount of money. Lost all of our peril. Lost a little bit of favor with Ludovico, but gained with Elizabeth. Awesome. Man, that could not possibly have gone any better, although I am a little bit worried about Marcel stabbing us in the back somewhere, or one of those other people just, turning us. I'm sure they'll all turn on us one day if we don't play our cards exactly right. So thank you guys. Great episode today. We will see you tomorrow.